part, the correctional service, that the members that were deployed by the head office to go and look after the interest of one company in the province of KwaZulu-Natal, the company called Richards Bay Minerals. A whole entourage of South African Police Service members were deployed there. That myself, the district commissioner, could not control them, and nobody could ask them questions of what they're doing and what are they doing and how are they doing it. I was woken up on the phone call by the regional commissioner, who then phoned me and said, "I'm arresting a senior manager without telling me." So I was not aware of what senior manager was he talking about. And I asked, "Where is this?" He said, "Timbangini." I called the district commissioner, Major General Ngubane, about this matter. He himself did not know anything. He then inquired from the police station. He discovered that, yes, indeed, there were these group of members that were deployed to RPM. And they moved out of their mandate, and they went and executed an operation of arresting a prison official. The prison official was the acting area commissioner at Kalagabusha prison, which is a facility that is sitting in the King Cetshwayo district of KwaZulu-Natal. I then engaged with the commander, this colonel who was in charge. I inquired from him what transpired. He then gave me a briefing of what took place. That, Chair, honorable members, this operation they conducted based on information they had on drugs, which I cannot dispute, they are police officers, they must act on information. The information they had was that there were drugs that had been sold at the house of this prison official at Kalagabush. They then went there without a search warrant. They went inside the premises. They searched the entire premises. They could not find anything. I must indicate, Chair, that this premises is a house that is within the facility of correctional services. It's one of the units of houses in that facility. And there are many other units in the same facility where the access into it is not restricted, not unless when you enter at the main gate to the correctional facility where you have security controls. But as you go into the houses, each house you can move in between one and another with ease. And after they failed to find anything inside the house, they went outside to search in the garage. But while they were going to the garage, they then noticed a dustbin which was outside the house. They stopped and they searched the dustbin. That is when they found a small parcel that was containing what is suspected to be drugs. Based on that, they decided to arrest that prison official. So the question I asked the colonel was, as an officer of law, first, do you know whether these things are drugs or not? Secondly, who else has access to this dustbin other than this person we're talking about? Are you sure that this is the only person that could have placed those drugs if they are drugs? So my advice to him is that we are indebted with the number of civil claims we're having in the police. On 1, 2, we should not be seen to be violating the rights of individuals out there. Our purpose of arrest is because we want to secure people to come to court when we have investigated the cases and we know for a fact that this, what they were doing, is broken the law. So for now, you don't know what you have before you, whether it's drugs or not. Rather, take that to the laboratory, get it tested first. This is a senior person you're talking about. We don't expect it's going to be running anywhere. And then the register inquiry, and then you go and engage with the prosecution and determine whether should you effect an arrest, can the prosecution prosecute this person before you enter this person's name on the SCP-14, because the moment you do that, there's going to be a civil claim if you cannot prosecute successfully. And so, Chair, I must indicate that to date, the prosecution has declined to prosecute that matter because there was no evidence as to whether the person has done any wrong in what they were alleging to have arrested her for. So that's what had transpired. So my surprise is that that incident happened early in the year, last year. Only in September, 29 September, at the end of September, as well as the beginning of October, I then get a call and the message is from this gentleman who said to me he's close to the minister. And he's got a copy of that OP entry, and he's got a copy of the letter that is written by that member, that colonel who was part of the operation. So that was the start of the troubles that came. which then had to be amplified in one way or another. And subsequent to that, this year, then the journalist asked me a question from City Press in writing. We responded to it. We gave the fact. But the City Press, we felt that because they were in a mission, the journalists might be in a mission to make sure that my name is tarnished out there. We went ahead and wrote about it. Despite the fact that his colleague learned about this thing a couple of months before, but he did not write because they had asked me, I gave my statement, so they didn't publish the story because they realized that it was just a smear campaign. But these journalists specifically went and wrote the story. The sad thing about it is there was no investigation done by the journalist. The journalist just took a person who says there's allegations against Mkhwanazi on this. He took Mkhwanazi's face, he put it in front of the newspaper, and he wrote the story.